Okay. So just as far as the injuries are concerned, we had a couple guys at the end of the game. So Kenny Wiggins with his arm, we'll take a look at that here tomorrow and see where he's at. J.D. McKissick was kind of in the shoulder, neck area there. So we're going to get some looks on that. Kennard was his leg. He couldn't come back. We'll see where he's at, but I think he should be, okay. We'll see what it looks like this week. And Mike Daniels with his arm. So, he went out a little bit early on that deal. See where he's at from there. So those would be the four main ones right now that we're really, kind of grinding through here after the game. I think for us, obviously, slow start, not really what we want to do against an explosive team like this. Obviously, it's detrimental. They can score extremely fast. They're, very aggressive defense. They have good players on, both sides of the ball, so you got to do a better job to start the game. We had to make some major adjustments there, I think, to some of the things that we were doing. I thought once the game settled down, I think our guys, went out and fought really hard to try to get things right. We got some adjustments at halftime that we needed and kind of went out there and, tried to improve on what we were doing, and then obviously didn't finish in the end. I thought we were in a good place at the end. We were coming back, and then, a couple turnovers and things like that kind of hurt us, and then obviously, the touchdown at the end. But from that aspect of it, I think the guys, they're trying. We got some young players out there, certainly some plays out there that are plays that we got to make that are awareness. You just got to be able to see that it's coming and be able to play it better than what we did. So certainly from that aspect of it, we'll go back, we'll recoach it and make sure that we're all, getting better from that aspect of it, coaching and playing. But some of those young guys are out there. They got an opportunity. They got to, they got to step up and go too from that aspect of it. So, but again, I think the one thing that is consistent is the team fights. They work hard, really, regardless of who's out there. Sometimes we get down a couple guys and we're trying to figure out different combinations of things that we can do. So from that aspect of it, we just gotta try to do a better job here to start the game and get out there a little bit faster. But give Coach Aaron's credit. He's got those guys playing really hard, really well. They're good players and they're playing really well together. So they were ready to go. But we'll just go to questions.
Matt, can you put your or the team's frustrations at not being able to finish these games into words? It seems like that's been a consistent theme during the season. So.
Yeah. I don't think you ever want to put frustration into words because it never comes out right. So I would say for us, we understand. We just look at it from a standpoint, okay, why? What are we doing, and how do we improve it? From that aspect of it. So, that's what we got to do. But certainly, we know in the NFL, when you don't start fast, you're going to be behind it from the start, and that's going to be a play here or there. Where if it doesn't go your way, or you don't make a play happen, then you're right back into that tough situation. So we could help ourselves that way. That would help.
You got the guys together on defense there. I think early after the quick start by them. Just what did you say to them?
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think they respond?
Probably keep a lot of that private, but I would say I was obviously not happy, with where we were at, how we were starting. I don't think they were happy with it either. I think they understand that, and there's certain things that we got to do from that aspect just to settle things down and go out there and do what we're supposed to do and not try to do something else. Play aware, know who their players are, know where they're lined up, and we can't have that happen. So I wasn't, was in a situation where I was not happy. I think the players know that. I don't think they were happy, and we needed it to stop. And we made the proper adjustments. I thought we did get it, did get it stopped for a little while. I thought that was good.
Injuries are part of the game. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But just the attrition you guys have gone through the last couple weeks, and specifically this week with 4 new guys on IR.
Yeah.
How difficult is that for you as a coach to prepare that many next men up?
Yeah. It's part of the deal. It's not easy, but it's part of the deal. But, we tell the guys we got to be ready to go, and these are the scenarios that might come up. And if they come up, everyone's just got to be ready. Certainly we understand that from that aspect of the game where injuries are going to occur. Sometimes you get a lot more than not, and just seems like we've had a lot. So from that aspect of it, a lot of guys got to be ready to go, and they got to prepare hard. And when those different combinations come up based on who's in and who's not and some of the different packages, it is important because there's a lot of things out there on the field, like as far as communication and just experience that changes once that happens, and those guys got to pick up where everybody left off. So that becomes a little bit challenging from that aspect of it.
I know you said the injuries closely, kind of injuries you're sustaining when, and all those sorts of things, and maybe why. Have you been able to ascertain at all why you're understanding is not
I would say not the why at this exact moment, but we're certainly looking into a lot of the similar type of injuries and some of the things that we're getting, and we are diving into a lot of that. Certainly, absolutely. There's a lot of variables that go into it too, and we're trying to make sure that we can sort through, all of kind of the external stuff and just get to the core of what really is going on. So I'm on that.
More questions? You take a great deal of pride in your team's conditioning from the start of the program to now.
Yeah.
With some of these fourth quarter struggles during this 7-game streak, how do you feel your team's condition has been this season?
I don't think it's really, honestly, I don't think it's a conditioning issue at all. I think our team's actually they're in really good shape. Even the guys that come in, that have to play, that maybe haven't played a lot of football this year, I think those guys are in really good shape. I think they work at that a lot. To me, I think some of the stuff at the end of the game is we have kind of, in different categories in conditioning, I would say, from that aspect of it. Those guys, you rarely get those guys out there where they're just totally gassed by the time we start the fourth quarter.
You had another goal through the ball in the stand, so you wanted to get the guys juiced up. I wonder what you thought about that.
I think, just Danny Amendola in general, I think is one of the toughest guys that we have. He's one of the most competitive guys that we have. He plays so hard. I've known Danny for a long time. I love him to death, and, I'd do anything for the guy. He's a football player. He's trying to go out, and he's, putting his body in crazy positions to go try to make plays. So, I appreciate that a lot.
Last question. Did you talk specifically about that play, though?
I did not.
And you had a long conversation with Mark before the game. I think I don't want to say maybe specifically what we
Yep.
talked about, but can you share anything generally about the chat?
No, just, a lot of just general conversation and just catching up and, some of those things. Had the meetings this week, so just kind of just talking a little bit. That's about all.
Okay.
We good? All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.